Hi, my name is Valen Keefer. I am so grateful to be a double organ transplant recipient and to have the honor to be a part of this really special event and share my story with all of you. I was diagnosed with polycystic kidney disease when I was 10 years old. This is a hereditary disease. I inherited it from my mother's side of the family. Thankfully, my mom is still alive at 64, but everyone else passed away on my mother's side of the family before the age of 53. I was told it was one of the best diseases to have, as I wouldn't be affected until my late 40s to early 50s. Unfortunately, I wound up having the complete opposite happen to me. I endured the most severe side effects at a very young age than the rest of my family and was the first to be transplanted. I had a very challenging youth, was in and out of the hospital a lot with cyst bleeds due to polycystic kidney disease. I started college and became severely ill. I spent about a year in the hospital where both of my kidneys were removed. I was on dialysis and needed a life-saving kidney transplant. The difficult part is I was too sick to be put on the transplant waiting list, so I needed a living kidney donor. I was so lucky after a long wait and really scary days where my family were called to the hospital to say their goodbyes, that I had a close family friend step forward to donate her kidney. At 19 years old, I received a life-saving kidney transplant from Sally, and it completely transformed my life. It is what I needed. It restored my health and gave me the opportunity to grow into the woman that I am today, to learn the things that I love and things that I'm good at, and to be able to fall in love and marry my husband and move from Pennsylvania to California and travel and see things I never imagined. I honestly didn't know if I'd ever live past 18 or 19, and it has been amazing to receive the gift of life and be able to grow up and just live an amazing 18 years now. I can't believe that I still am doing so well 18 years post kidney transplant. For me, the most amazing part of this is learning of my love of being a patient advocate and helping others. When I was really sick, I didn't know anyone else that had polycystic kidney disease except my family. I didn't have any support groups that I went to. I didn't have anyone to look up to that had the disease. And it was really hard. I felt alone, like I was the only one going through it. Following my kidney transplant, I learned of the Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation and dove headfirst into volunteering. I founded a local chapter. I did fundraising events, educational seminars, started to publicly share my story and firsthand experiences to help others. Now I've shared my story at over 100 events across North America. I've written over 250 blogs to help encourage others that they're not alone and share what I've been through. And I've really found my passion and calling in life. Helping other people and sharing this remarkable journey has given purpose to the pain, and I'm so thankful for that. I thought after my kidney transplant that I conquered polycystic kidney disease. I thought, that I might need another kidney transplant with being transplanted so young, but I surely never thought that I'd need a liver transplant. So about, I'd say 14 years after doing really well post-kidney transplant, I became severely ill again. This time it was my liver. I had repeat sepsis infections and was in and out of the hospital, and it was super scary. We didn't know if I'd survive. I live in California, and the wait list was so long that they didn't think that I'd make it, and they suggested that my husband and I temporarily relocate to the Midwest to get a liver. And we did that, and was fortunate that I only had to wait 1 week. I got the phone call that there was the perfect liver for me, as they said it. That call was just so many emotions when we received it. I remember I got goosebumps head to toe, as my husband did, and I couldn't stop shaking. We were waiting on this call to be given a second chance for me. And receiving it was just such different emotions than I had with my living kidney donation journey, and filled with such excitement, but yet we knew what was happening on the other end to a family. And it was really hard to navigate those emotions. I wondered heading into the liver surgery if I'd survive. For me, it was very different to go through a transplant operation as a teenager versus an adult. When you're an adult, you don't feel as invincible. You have this life that you created that you don't want to lose. But I knew I had gone through so much. I thought, oh, I'm really positive, but I thought, I don't know if my body can handle another huge surgery. It's been through so much. And to receive a miracle twice was just amazing. I felt fortunate to receive it once with my kidney. Went into the liver transplant operation and came out doing so amazing. I couldn't believe that my body endured the surgery so well. It just shows the miracle of transplantation, how resilient we are physically and mentally. And I'll never forget the way I felt when I woke up from that liver transplant surgery. I thought to myself, if I wake up and I see my husband Noah, that I know everything's going to be okay. But I honestly didn't know if I'd survive. And when I woke up and knew I was alive and well and knew I had a long recovery ahead of me, but I had that determination and zest for life to get through it, I had this feeling I knew I was alive for a reason. I felt like that after my kidney transplant, but now after receiving a liver transplant, I really felt like that. And I knew that I was going to do big things and that I was going to keep expressing my gratitude. These past 2 years since my liver transplant has been extraordinary. I feel the best that I have felt in years, and I continue to express that gratitude through my advocacy, through the way I strive to show others that we can live a joyful and positive and productive life post-transplant, to inspire other patients, to give them hope, to let them know that they're not alone like I was. It is amazing what I've been able to do, and that is thanks to my living kidney donor and my deceased liver donor. I'm really in awe by the miracle of transplantation. Since my liver transplant, I have been able to continue to share my story on various stages. A really special event I did right before COVID was sharing my story at a gala that my liver transplant center was having to celebrate the milestone of them reaching 10,000 transplants. And they asked me to speak and represent the 10,000. And I'll tell you what, thinking of the sick woman that I was prior to liver transplant, not knowing if I was going to receive a new liver, having no idea what my future was going to hold, and then all of a sudden, a year after that transplant, standing on the stage, sharing my journey, thanks to my deceased liver donor, was something I felt scripted and like I was watching a movie of my life. And that's how restorative transplantation is. To think of the sick woman that I was with so many unknowns, not sure if I'd ever be the strong wife again that I wanted to be, to now being where I am today, I still pinch myself and find it all hard to believe. I really feel like I survived all of this for a reason. And right now, it is challenging to be anyone right now during COVID, and especially being high risk and a transplant recipient. But I always try and make the most of this extraordinary life. So right now it's really hard to be secluded and have to stay away from friends and family, because I did that for a long time when I was really sick before the liver transplant. And now I'm healthy and feeling amazing and wanting to be out in the world, and I can't, and I have to be at home and stay safe. And I don't want to take any risks because I don't want to jeopardize my transplants at all. But I still just have this burning passion to express my gratitude through action and how I live my life. So a fun thing that my husband and I did recently is we purchased an old RV in order to give us a safe bubble to get us out in the world and make us feel like we can still do things despite the current times, and we can still enjoy the beauty that surrounds us and show how miraculous transplantation is, and a way to express our gratitude for the gift that we've been given now twice. I wrote a letter to my donor family for my liver transplant, actually only several months after I received the transplant. I knew it was early, but I was just bursting with gratitude, and I literally couldn't believe each morning that I woke up of how I felt, and that I was being gifted another day. And I felt like I just couldn't wait another minute without expressing my sentiments to them of being thankful and that I'm sorry for their loss. And I wanted them to know just how grateful I am. I haven't received a response from them yet, and I hope I do sometime if and when it's appropriate for them. But to me, it's really special to be able to have this moment to share my journey with you and be able to express my sincere gratitude for donors and donor families for the decision that you made and your loved one made, and feel like I have a connection to my donor. It means a lot to have this opportunity to be able to really express how transformative this has been, how much I appreciate it, and how I live every day to make my donors proud and to hopefully inspire others. And I hope that after hearing my journey, that it helps you on your path of healing. And I hope that it makes you proud of the decision that your loved one made and that you made. And I just want you to know how appreciated you are. And thank you for this opportunity for me to be able to share a little bit of my life and how amazingly impacted it has been. My life has been almost doubled because of transplantation, and I will live the rest of my days to show my gratitude for incredible people like you. And I just want you to know that I'm sending all of my love, and thank you for giving me the second chance, and so many others second chances too. It is now my pleasure to introduce Sam Ramos, Executive Director of Sierra Donor Services iBank, to read the next group of donor hero names.